Hello, Professor. It's Kirill Cebulka. It's my solution for assignment 5 for G2EE Web Components course. Here we have assignment. You have to use these three samples of the code, create different project, copy these files, and change the link according to our actual user and password and our DB name. Here was everything is easy. This is my simple A, simple B, simple C version of the code. Here I and my credential for the my database. It's some W10 and my username and password. The same I done here. It was implemented here in the separate method, and the same in the sample. The same changes I will do in the sample C. It was in DAO package, in DAO in DB class. This is credential. The next step will be run each project and explain what issues we have and how we implement it. I have to look at my description. Firstly, when I run section A, I got the error that code cannot find login controller. It means that in our A section, the mapping for the login controller was absent. So when we run a login GSP file, which have action to login controller, it goes to the login controller Java file, and here we don't have this statement. When I add that statement, everything works correctly. This is improving this my solution. The same was the section B, the same problem. It also asks login controller, and when I add login controller, mapping login controller to the login controller Java, this one, everything become work correctly. Yes, this is a confirmation of my solution, this one. And for C, we have I had two issues. The first one is the same like the previous two, and the second one I have that issue that it couldn't find the my database. When I investigate the code, I found that DB class, which is responsible for connection to the database, doesn't have these drivers. When I add this statement to it class, that become work properly. Sorry. This one, when I add it, and it become properly. So the part C, we have to answer separate questions, explain each logic or behavior logic behind each sample to explain the pros and cons of each of these methods, and suggest some advices how to make the code proper. So our sample A, we have uh, files. GSP, it's the complex of GSP and Java files, which is interact with each other according to the MVC pattern. That means that some of the code is responsible for view, some responsible for the model, for the connection database, and some responsible for the controller. So when we run login GSP file, we have the form where we enter username and password, and we submit the button. It goes to the login controller file in the do post method. When we come here to the do post method of the login controller file, we retrieve username and password for our parameters, for the request parameters. Then we decide create instance of the request dispatcher that allows us to switch our page from one to another, and they will implement the authenticator class, which is responsible in this case for connection to the database, implement the prepared statement, and check if the entered data, if the user is exist in the current database, and if you got appropriate result or success or for failure, this is a result return to the login controller. In this path, result equals if our result, this one, when execute authenticator method authenticator from authenticator instance of the authenticator class, and got success, you will jump to the success JSP. Success JSP file, which render us the successful sign. When we go to, if you are not successful, we got another, we jump to the another to another file which show us that we are not successful and try something another. So this code has some definitely has some pros. In my opinion, it's demonstrate clear separation of concern. The servlet handler request, the server handler request, and the authenticator class manage authenticator logic. The separation improves the maintainable of the code. The user prepare statement. The user prepare this user prepare statement helps prevent SQL injection attack, adding to layer security. Also, this code, this sample has some corns. The method has several drawbacks. Security is in a major concern. A strong password as in plain text in the database is highly insecure. Database credential are hard coded in the hard coded in the our authenticated class. So we have to improve these drawbacks. Password security should be improved by storing a hashed password in the database instead of plain text. Implementing a strong hashing algorithm such as Bcrypt will significantly improve security. So our sample B have started from the same behavior. We started from the login GSP file. Then we go to the login controller. Here we have a bit different behavior because we separate get connection method in the main method, which allowed us to connect with database, which our credentials and necessary drivers. And when we execute authenticator, create an instance of authenticator class, we here enter the result of get connection method, which is return connection and username, and execute the code according to the previous one. All other execution is the previous, the previous from the section B. Here, this code has the separation of concert is clear. We are talking already about the chords. With the servlet focusing on the request processing and the authenticator class handling authentication logic, this makes the code more more modular and easier to maintain. The user is prepared statement in the authenticator class help prevent SQL injection attack, enhancing security. But of course, you have some issues where you can how you can improve it. Security remain a concern because the database credential are hard coded, as you can see here in the source code, and password are checked directly against stored value without hashing. But to improve this issue, have password security should be enhanced by storing hashed password instead of the plain text, and implementing a strong hashing algorithm like Bcrypt would significantly improve security. So this is about the sample B, and now sample C. The logic began is the same from the login GSP file. It move us to the login controller. Here we have a bit complex solution because we added the DAO package with have user DAO class which is responsible for the executed the code, and he got connection. He got connection from the connection con connection con. This is will be executed in the DB class, which is responsible for the connection. Here is his method get connection, which give back, which return connection to the database. And when we start our logic, we execute authentication. It should be an authenticate, I think. Yes, for sure. So we here implement create instance of user DAO where we get a state because we don't need to create the separate instance for the DB class because it is a state method. Here we call get connection from the DB class and implement authenticator 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 method, this one from this user DAO, and all other logic is the same according the previous one to samples. So the method demonstrated a clear separation of concerns. The servlet handles request, the authentication handles the authenticator logic, and user DAO directly interact with the database. The modularity makes the code more maintainable, but of course security is a major concern because passwords are stored in the database in the plain text. This information and manually handling database connection can lead to resource leaks of the connection are not closed properly. To improve this code, you should password security should be improved by storing hashed password in the database instead of plain or text password. This is my solution for the assignment 5. Thank you for your attention.